Hi guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel, Glam By Sam. If you're new here, don't forget to click subscribe if you want new beauty videos every Wednesday and Sunday. And if you are already a subscriber, then of course, hi, welcome back. So glad you're watching again. So I actually have blonde hair now, so I look a little different. So if you're wondering why is she looking different, then that is why. I'm really happy with it and I think it's so perfect for summer. So I really like it. But today's video is going to be another will I buy it video, and in this video we basically talk about the new makeup releases and what I think of them, if I like them, if I'm planning on buying them, or if I don't like them. So I always love watching these videos because I love seeing all the new makeup releases, and the photos I'm going to be using in this video are actually from Trend Mood. So I think without further ado we should just get started with the makeup releases because there has been quite a lot. So I just moved to the side, so editing me is happy when she can insert the pictures right here. I have the makeup releases on my phone. So the first makeup release is actually from KVD Vegan Beauty, and they released the ModCon Liquid Gel Blush. So these are basically liquid blushes with a lightweight longwear gel blush consistency. So I think these are more sort of like jelly blushes. I'm actually curious about these, but I don't think I'm going to be trying them. For what I can see now, I think they look a little bit too shiny, so I really have to see when people review them, like what they look like blended out. But apart from that, KVD Vegan Beauty is not really a brand I'm super interested in. The only product I really wanted to pick up from them is the Good Apple like balm foundation. That was going viral the past months, but apart from that, I haven't really seen any releases from them that I really want. And it's not really a brand I go for when I'm buying new makeup. So I think I will skip these, but I am actually curious to see what they look like when people are reviewing them. They will retail for $26 each, so that's a little bit more expensive than, for instance, the Rare Beauty liquid blushes. I believe those are $20 or $21. Then another brand that released a liquid blush is actually Bite Beauty, and these actually look pretty interesting. These are called the Daycation Whipped Cream Blush by Bite Beauty, and I believe there's 4 shades. Now they look pretty like shimmery, and I saw Kelly Gooch post about these on her stories that she was planning on reviewing them. I love her videos, so I will definitely wait for her review and see if she likes it. I've actually never bought something from Bite Beauty, but it is a brand I'm really interested in and their products look really nice. So I am planning to pick up something from them in the future, but I'm actually just seeing that these will retail for $32. So that is a lot of money, especially because these look pretty tiny. So now that I know the price, I think I'm not going to pick them up myself, but maybe if they get like on sale or they're like super pretty, then they can be worth it. So then, talking about more blushes, there's been a lot of blush releases, but Colourpop actually released these face quads which have 1 highlighter and 3 blushes. I saw Makeup Just For Fun doing a video about this, and she said that the highlighter is actually a Super Shock formula, and then there's 2 matte blushes and 1 shiny blush. For some reason, I'm just not interested in these. I think they look a little cheap. I mean, Colourpop is of course not a very expensive brand, but they have done like prettier packaging in my opinion than this like clear packaging. I think it just looks pretty cheap. But if I see the swatches, they do actually look pretty, especially the one called Tea Cakes and Extra Glaze look really pretty. So I might pick one up in the future when they get on sale, but for me right now I'm just not planning on picking these up because I know I probably won't be using them a lot, and these retail for $12. So that is actually a pretty good price for 3 blushes and a highlighter. So I do really like that they did something different and not release an eyeshadow palette but actually like a face palette. So then I heard Revolution released another Disney collaboration, and this is in collaboration with The Little Mermaid. So they released a eyeshadow and face palette, and then there's a highlighter and then a gloss. So these products are the same as the Princess collection they did at the end of 2020, I believe, but this time it's themed around The Little Mermaid. And The Little Mermaid is just not my favorite Disney movie, but I do have to say that this packaging looks super pretty, and I love the purple and lilac colors of the packaging. I'm not going to buy the palette because I know like so many colors is just a little overwhelming to me, and I know like not everyone was as excited about the other formula. So I won't buy the palette and I also won't buy the gloss, but the highlighter actually looks super pretty. I just wasn't the biggest fan of the highlighters. I have the one from Belle and then from Cinderella, but I never really use them because I'm not the biggest fan of them. So realistically, I'm probably not going to pick this up. If I would pick it up, it's just because it's Disney and I'm trying to be more aware of what I'm buying and if I'm actually going to be using it. So if you love Disney, then this can definitely be a nice collection. The highlighter is $10, so it's not like a lot of money, but it's still a lot of money if I'm not going to use it. So then Charlotte Tilbury released 2 more face palettes. So I actually recently got the Look in a palette in the Stoned Rose shade that was on sale actually for like 25 euros. So that was super cheap, but these normally retail for $75. So that is such a big amount of money. So I know I'm not going to buy that full price. And I'm not sure if these are really worth it. The pans are super small, so it's really hard to get like the blush on your brush, for instance, because they are so small. But there's 2 shades, but I think she could have definitely released a 3rd palette that is darker than the one right here. But instead of like a big highlighter, these now actually have a face powder. And then one of my friends said that the bronzer is actually the same one from the Hollywood Contour Duo. So that would be nice. I love that bronzer. I don't really need a face powder in a palette like this, especially when the pen is not super big. Like, I can't really imagine how you would get your powder on your brush with such a small pen. So for me, first of all, $75 is way too expensive to buy a palette like this. And I already have the other palette, so I'm not going to buy it. But if it ever gets on sale for 25 euros as well, I might. But right now, I don't need it. So then Kaleidos actually released the Flower Punk eyeshadow palette, and this is part of their spring collection. So this is a 9-pan eyeshadow palette. So for me, the packaging really reminds me of the Melt Cosmetics. It's not really something we've seen from Kaleidos yet. Now I actually just got the Club Nebula palette in the mail, so I'm really excited to be trying out Kaleidos because I've never really tried something from them. But this palette is not a color story I would wear. I don't really wear greens like this, so I'm not going to buy this. But the pastel shades look really gorgeous, especially like the 2 shimmer shades. They look super pretty, but I'm not going to buy this palette. But if you're into like these greens, then this could definitely be a nice palette. And then Anastasia Beverly Hills released this face palette. And I know we've pretty much all been waiting for like an exciting release from Anastasia Beverly Hills because they used to be so popular. But like over the past years, they just haven't really released a lot of exciting things. So they now released these face palettes, and when I saw them, I kind of liked them. I thought they looked pretty fun, but when I saw the prices, I believe these are $55. That is so much money for a face palette. First of all, I don't really reach for a lot of face palettes. The only one I really use is my Hourglass palette, but I don't really need another face palette, and especially not for this price point. I just think it's way too high. So I actually wonder how well this is going to sell. I really want to see this in person though. There's Italian Summer, there's Off to Costa Rica, and then there's Tropical Getaway. The Tropical Getaway is the dark, but I think they could have definitely made this bronzer darker because it doesn't really look as dark as the one from Off to Costa Rica, which I believe is the medium palette. So I would have loved to see this being more inclusive with like an even darker bronzer so that people with deep complexions can use this too. But I'm really curious to see reviews on this, and definitely let me know what you guys think of this release from ABH and if you think it's actually an exciting release from them. Okay guys, and this is it for my Will I Buy It video, which was basically an anti-haul. I'm just not too excited about all the new releases. I think some of the prices are way too high, and I'm just waiting for a release and I'm like, I need to get this. Definitely let me know in the comments what you guys think of these makeup releases and if there's anything you're planning to buy from this. So I did quickly want to say that if you did enjoy this video, then I would absolutely love it if you gave it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell if you don't want to miss any of my videos. All of these things would help me so much with my channel, and I'd really appreciate it. But with that said, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you have an amazing day, and I really hope to see you in my next video. Bye!